Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty fantastic, thank you for asking. I'm doing even better than fantastic. I'm doing amazing. I had the best day of my life. I saw BTS live in the flesh once again, but this time I was front row, and I'm here to tell you the story. And it's okay. So I'm filming this a few days after it's happened to kind of like chill because leading up to it I had such bad anxiety. So Sunday, that was the day of my concert. My concert was at the Rose Bowl. It started at 7:30 and I had everything calculated. I was like, I'm gonna get there like 2 hours early, and I'm gonna leave 2 hours early, so I'll get there an hour and a half early, so that way I can take my time, go to the bathroom, kind of like get to my spot. All day Sunday, I was super anxious and I just wanted to go. I didn't know what to wear, so I just wore this, which is one of my favorite Elmo Cat things, and I was worried I was gonna be too hot because it was outside and there was gonna be lots of people, but I'm so glad I took it because it was so cold. Anyway, so like 2 hours before the concert starts, so it was like 5:30, I was like, I guess I should go. So I packed up everything, I went and got gas, I went and got cash because I knew I was gonna have to pay for parking, and off I went, and it was great. And I found parking, and it was super quick. It was only 20 bucks, and I know you may hear only 20 bucks, but that's opposed to like getting a lift, which is gonna be like 40 bucks. Merc about this. So the Rose Bowl doesn't allow bags, like at all, unless it's see-through, which is understandable, but they were like, okay, you can take this size bag, or you could take a bag. There was no cameras allowed. You weren't allowed to take keychains. You weren't allowed to do blah, blah, blah. There was not a lot of things you could take in. So I was like, I'll just take in my driver's license, my cards, and my cash, and my phone, and my car keys, and my army bomb, which I'm sure all of you already know at this point if you watched my videos what an army bomb is, and I've showed it on the stream. So I was walking down, and keep this in your memory bank, okay? So I was walking down, there's a piece of hair, hello, got it. The moment I get to this stoplight, I didn't walk very far. I got to this stoplight and I hear some girl just goes, army bomb! And I was like, she runs over to me and was like, where did you get it? Did you get it on a website? Is it a bootlegged website? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I just got it at their concert last time. And she's like, oh, this is my first concert. When was your last concert? And I was like, oh, it was last year. And so she begins talking to me. No problem, whatever. I'm excited, she's excited, it's great. As we're walking, we're just conversing, and I'm not taking in where we're going. I'm just kind of following her and following the crowd. And we turn the corner, and then there's the Rose Bowl, and then there's this massive line. And she was like, oh, is that like the merch line? Like, I was like, I don't know, it's already like 6:30. Why would there be a merch line that's long? Like, that's worrisome. I was like, there's no way that's the line to get in. Like, maybe as a bathroom line? Like, maybe all of a sudden everybody has to pee. I don't know. I was like, there's no way that a line would be that long to get in. But I was like, well, maybe. And so I was like, I'll just go to the very front because I have floor seating. And so I was like, maybe there's like a different line for floor, just to like easier access. Like, I don't know. So I walk all the way to the front. That was the line to get in. And so I walk over to this line, and then I'm standing there, and like these girls come up behind me, and I'm like, hey, do you know if this is the line to get in? And they're like, we hope so. And I was like, okay. So it was the line to get in. And as the line was moving, the clock was moving faster, and it was suddenly 7:30 when the concert was supposed to start, and I was still in line. I was standing there like texting my friends like, I'm gonna miss the beginning, I'm so mad, I came here so early, I was supposed to be here earlier, but I messed up, I didn't know where to go, I don't have any friends here, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. I start looping around this one security line. There were two, and the one I was in was longer, and the security men were like, you know what, that line's shorter, go that way, run, run, run. And so we start a few of us start running, and then they go, no running! And we're like, it's very stressful. And then we get in the other line, and then that line starts moving pretty quickly, and we get up to the security thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be so quick and easy because I don't have a bag. And people, this sucks, but people were getting turned away because they had teeny tiny backpacks, but it was a backpack, and they don't allow backpacks. And so they're like, you can throw it away or take it to your car, and like no one wants to go back to their car when the concert's about to start. So there were so many like things in the trash, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I thought this through. So I get up and I put my army bomb on the table, I put my ID and stuff on the table, I put my keys on the table, and the lady was like, you can't take your keychain in there. I was like, keychain? I don't have a keychain on. I took my pepper spray because I have pepper spray And then I have keys, and I didn't think I had a keychain. But lo and behold, I did have a keychain that I didn't even think about, because I've had it on my keys since I started YouTube, because it was the first thing someone has sent me in my P.O. box. And my dumbass didn't realize that's a keychain. And so I stood there for a second looking like Boo Boo the Fool, and I was like, I have to make a decision. Do I run to my car to put this keychain in my car, or do I throw it away and run into the concert where I can already hear screams? And I had half a second to make that decision. And to most people, you'd be like, throw the keychain away, but the keychain meant something to me. But I had to throw it away, and it hurt, and it still hurts. I still think about where he's probably in a landfill right now, and I hate it. I make my way around through security, and I'm asking people like, hey, where do I go? I don't know where to go. Hey, where do I go? And they show me the way, and then I go, and then I get my little wristband, and then they show me the way. I'm hearing screaming that's like super loud, and I was like, great, I didn't bring anything for my ears. But, you know, it's an open stadium, so maybe it won't be too loud. And I'm like, like quickly walking, because we weren't allowed to run, because they were yelling at people for running, but we were quickly walking, and suddenly they're like, they take me to the floor area, and then I'm like walking around the floor area, and BTS is already performing. Dionysus. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't remember. We tried to learn how to pronounce it on stream, but I forget. Anyway, so we go, and I'm like walking, I'm like, can you help me find my seat? And this woman's like, sure. So she like took me, and she's like, okay, it's over there. And I was like, okay. So then I couldn't find it, so I walk over to another woman. I'm like, hey, can you help me find my seat? And she's like, it's over there somewhere. Good luck. And I was like, you're supposed to help me. So I keep walking, I'm looking around, and then I tap another lady. I'm like, can you help me find my seat? She's like, sure, come on, come with me. So I like walk with her, and then she points to a seat, and someone is sitting there. And I looked at my ticket, and looked at the seat, and I looked at the girl. I looked at my ticket, and I looked at the seat. And she goes, are you sitting here? Yeah. She didn't believe me. She wanted to see my ticket. Like, girl, I'm not just gonna walk up, like, my ticket says this, the chair says this. This is my seat. Please move. We came up with 2 names for these girls. There's 2. 2. One is the one that was originally sitting next to me, and her name is Jessica. Her friend that was in my seat that was sitting behind Jessica, her name is Jennifer. And then there's a mom and a daughter. Keep that in mind. So it goes Kate, Jessica, mom, daughter. And I'm standing there, and I look up, and I'm like, I am so close. I am so close. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited, because I was going to make eye contact with all of them. And I was also, you know, kind of nervous as hell, because they're gonna be right in front of me. But the thing is like, we'll get to this in a second. So they're performing at the front of the stage, and then they start walking down, and then they come to the circle middle stage thing right in front of me, essentially. And the first time I saw BTS, it was like I was standing there like this, and I was super nervous, and I was like shaking. I didn't stop shaking for like 30 minutes, and I just couldn't believe my eyes, and I had like that whoa shock factor. Shut up, Thor. And this time I was super anxious, and I was so excited, but I was super anxious and nervous, because like I wanted them to see me, but I also didn't, because I'm a shadow. Like, I like being a shadow, you know? And anyway, so they start walking down, and they get to the end, and I felt calm. It's weird to explain, because I don't know, it felt like home, and it felt like, finally, my friends. I'm here with my friends, and they're not my friends. And so they made it down, and I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna make eye contact, because I don't know if you guys remember my last BTS video, but I'm pretty sure JK locked eyes with me, and it was like the best day of my life. And so I was like, you know what, I hope that happens again, and I hope I lock eyes with V and everybody else, because I love everybody else. Look at RM, it looks so dashing. Oh, look at Suga, I love Suga. Anyway, so I was really excited, and so they walked down to the middle. I can't even remember, I was so just in the moment. I don't even remember, I don't know if they were singing, I don't know if they were giving speeches. They're probably giving speeches like, oh, hello, we are BTS, and like this whole thing. I was just, you know, eye contact, just making eye contact with JK the whole time. The heavens rained down upon me, and he was looking right back at me, and it was so soon. I wasn't ready to prepare myself, because they just started, and they walked down, and then it was like, bam, eye contact. And you're gonna have to pardon my language, but it was one of those moments where, oh wait, what's that meme with Dwight, and then I'll just put it on the screen. It was like that. Okay, ooh, I'm gonna make eye contact, oh shit, it's already happening. I was close, I could see the whites of their eyes. But, you know, there's also, like, the anxiety me where it's like, that didn't happen, why would he look at you? Blah, 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 blah. You know, the insecurity. I can believe and pretend, it's fine. So yeah, that was happening, and then they started performing, and the only thing I could think of, I was like, man, they're such good performers. They're such good performers. Like you don't have to even like K-pop to like enjoy their art that they're doing. Like they were dancing, they were singing, they were like walking around the stage and just doing it was just amazing. Like everything they were doing was amazing, and I just kept getting like shocked and taken aback because it was so good. And they played like old songs, they played new songs, they played songs that I saw in September, they played, they had like a bouncy house. So normally, I don't know if they had this on the screens to begin with, because normally they say no cell phones, like no video recording. Because, you know, when they look out into the crowd, they want to see face. They don't want to see this, right? Like no one, like imagine hundreds and hundreds of people just going like this, and you don't see face. Like, so I didn't film as much. I did film a good amount, but I didn't film when they were like close on the inside. I filmed like portions. When they were like performing far away, I filmed the whole thing because, you know, they're far, they're not gonna even see me. But when they were close, I was like, no, I want to make eye contact. I want them to see me kind of like bounce into the music. I want them to see me like enjoying their concert, you know? And, Jessica and Jennifer, man. So Jessica was like, can my friend stand up here? Because, like, she's right there, but... And I'm like, yeah, just as long as I don't get pushed out into the aisle. Guess who was pushed out into the aisle the whole freaking time? And then people, dude, okay. So I love ARMY. Don't get me wrong, I'm ARMY. And I've seen so many, like, positive tweets from ARMY. So many, like, positive Instagram posts from ARMY. Like, I lurk so hard in every BTS thing ever, and everyone is so sweet and kind, and at the Rose Bowl there's posts like saying, hey guys, we're gonna be cleaning up trash after each other, like don't make a mess, blah blah, we're gonna show that ARMY is, you know, good. The type of ARMY that is in ground floor is a whole different breed. Like, I could not fathom how entitled these people were. It was insane. So, Jessica and Jennifer, right, they pushed me so many times when I was just standing there kind of like, you know, bouncing with the music, and they were like this the whole time, which, you know, whatever, like, film, this is your thing, but they would put it in front of my face and I couldn't see the concert, and then they'd be like jumping around, dancing, like elbowing me, and then suddenly they invited their friends to come up with them, and then all of a sudden like this woman, like this 50-year-old woman came up and was like pushing me, and then there was this other girl, I forgot about this girl, so there was a blonde girl, right? She was super like small, I could have totally taken her out, but anyway, I didn't because I'm a nice person, but God, I wanted to. She came over and essentially just shoved me into my seat and kept backing up into me, so that way it would look like it was her seat when there's a 5'5.5" person behind her. She was like, here, I could just be like, pa, whoo, pa, whoo, cha, whoo, and then she's gone, you know? Not that I would do that. I'm just saying. Anyway, so she, oh God, what did I name her? I named her something. Was it Madeline? I named her something in stream. I don't know. But she would not take no for an answer. So like when the security guard's like, go back to your seat, and like push everyone back to their seats, she would pretend that I was her seat. It got to a point where she wouldn't even listen to the woman security guard, so the woman security guard had to go get a 6'7" male security guard to grab her by the arm and be like, now, seat. And she's like, y'all are so mean. Anyway, so it just, the whole time, it was awful. And then they'd take like little intermissions because, you know, they gotta go change clothes and stuff. And then I overheard Jessica and Jennifer talking to the mom and daughter, right? The daughter was 18 and the mom was a mom. I don't know how old. She looked young though. Not like young, but like, she looked like a very respectable mother. They were very nice. They were very kind. They offered snacks to everybody because she's like, I'm a mom. I want to feed, you know, family. It was very sweet. I liked the mom and daughter. Jessica and Jennifer, however, I overheard them saying like, oh yeah, so we came here last night and we're here again tonight, and these are like such good seats. All of our friends, we have 10 friends that are here, and we're basically for the next 6 weeks we're gonna be following BTS everywhere. Yeah, like even in Paris and in London. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't like to be this person, right? But I need to add dynamic and visual for you, okay? So imagine long light brown hair, like laced, netted black long sleeves, short skirt, really big platform heels, black top, a lot of makeup, just, it's just, all I could think was daddy's credit card. And I know that's bad, and like, you can dress however you want at concerts. I know it's fun to get their attention with how you dress. You can dress sexy, feel good about yourself. I'm not bashing that, but like, I have to say that daddy's credit card. That's all it felt like. Or mommy's credit card. I don't know, whichever parent. But it just, the way I wouldn't have said this if they were respectful, but since they were not respectful, I could tell, daddy's credit card, you were entitled and you're a brat and you need to sit down. Sorry. I could tell the mom was thinking like, holy shit, what is happening? You can afford to do all this? Like, what? I could hear that in like the mom's voice, but she's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. That sounds so great. Yeah, this is my daughter's first time. And then the girl's like, yeah, like, how old do you think I am? I think it was Jennifer that said that. She's like, how old do I look? And the mom's like, oh, I don't know. I mean, it could range between like 18 or I don't know. And like, I could tell like she was trying to be nice because they were very dressed up. Like, they were very dressed up. And the girl's like, oh, no, sweetie, I'm old. And I was like, oh God, here we go, here we go. You're telling a mother you're old? Okay, what are you gonna be, like 20? And the mom's like, well, how old are you? She goes, 24. I just turned 24. I'm so old. Girl, I'm turning 27 this year. Ew. Wait, no. Anyway, so the rest, we're done with them. Like, the people, for now, we're done with them for now. People would keep swarming when they were performing and the security guards kept pushing away. I stood in my same spot and I was, jamming around. My army bomb is defect for some reason, so I didn't have anything to hold, so I literally just held my sweater like this the whole time. I looked like an awkward mess, but that is okay, because that is who I am on the inside. And you know what? It's okay. So BTS was all dancing and singing and it was great, and then Jungkook was flying on a freaking a string thing, and I don't even know, but it was amazing. There was fireworks, and then there was fire, and then there was confetti. There was so much confetti. And then, so they were dancing and it was great. And then, I was filming. I have to show you this. Okay, so I was filming. I don't remember who I was filming. I was filming this way. I was filming RM. He picked up a water bottle. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just trying to remember. He picked up a water bottle and I was like, oh, he's thirsty. So okay, so I'm gonna come over here. So I'm filming someone over here, and then all of a sudden, just water goes on my face, and I was like, I turned the camera, and I was like, what the heck? So I turned, and I realized that he didn't drink the water bottle. He did the whole, like, because they do that with water bottles. Basically, I was touched by holy water, and it was amazing. I know. The concert goes on, and it was just phenomenal. It was so good. And then I don't remember which song it was. I know. It's crazy. I don't remember which song it was, but V fell in front of me and like, I panicked because I wanted to help, but I couldn't. But he was okay. He was laughing. It was good. It made me feel better. The concert's happening, and then all of a sudden like this giant like bouncy house appeared, and it was amazing and insane all at once, and they were all playing, and it was so cute, and I loved them. And then so they're wrapping up. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but like I remember everything and I remember nothing all in one. It's amazing. It was such a good concert. Everything about it was amazing. Like, even the screaming wasn't that bad, because at the Staples Center, the screaming was bad. The screaming was so bad. My ears hurt a full day after the concert. But the Rose Bowl, because I guess it was open, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Anyway, so they're singing the last song, and it's my favorite song off the new album, and I hate when they do this, because now I can't listen to the song, because it makes me sad, because I just remember when they were singing, you got me, and I'm like, I got you, and here we are, and now I'm crying, and I also did cry. And so did they, so, it's okay. So since it was the last song, everybody flooded to the front. I am lucky. See, I am like average height, right? I've already said I'm 5'5.5". I'm like, oh, what is that in centimeters? 168? It says 166.37. But I don't know if that's right. Regardless, I'm average height. And luckily, I was taller than everybody at this concert, so I could see over heads. But what I couldn't see over was the dang phones in my face. The last song, and they're like making their rounds around, like waving goodbye. Jigo came over, waved goodbye. Jimin came over, waved goodbye, and then RM came over, and there was like, people had like pushed to the front, but there was a security guard in the front, and so people didn't want to go near the security guard because the security was gonna be like, go back to your seat. So there was like an open spot, right? So pretend you are RM, right, and I am me, and so there's like a whole little, it's like Moses parted the Red Sea for me to get to RM. Anyway, so it was like this whole open area. And he was standing on the stage, and he looked down at me, and I know, because there was no one else in front. And I was standing there, just kind of, you know, smiling, having a good time, kind of bopping along. And I was looking at him, and he looked at me, and we like held for a second. Get giddy thinking about it. Anyway, so he goes like this, and this in sign language is, I love you. Anyway, so he just kind of went like this, and then walked away, and it was the best moment of my life. Because, you know, the whole, like, Jungkook staring at me kind of thing. Like, that's like borderline, because also when he looked down, Jessica and Jennifer were like, oh my god, did he look down here? Oh girl, he totally saw you. Oh girl, he was looking at you. Oh, I know, I saw it. I'm like, okay, wow. I sound like this. Yikes. Okay, I'm delusional as well. Whew. So regarding that, I'm like, you know, if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just, if like I could see, here's the thing. Is like, I could see the whites of his eyes, and I could see he was looking, and it also didn't happen just at the beginning. It happened at the end as well. He stood right on the stage and just looked out, and I was looking. And then, we'll get into that later. But it's just like, I can tell when people are looking at me. I get like this feeling. I feel like all introverts and shy people get that. But anyway, so RM did this, and it was amazing. That's the one thing I know that actually happened. So then, they finished the song, and then they did, I don't know if they, actually, I don't know if they did the speeches first, or if they did the song first. I don't remember. But regardless, so they lined up, and they're like saying their ooh. Yes, I think it was last. Because they were saying their goodbyes and stuff, and they're like, thank you for having us. Sorry, there are fluffies everywhere, because I'm sitting on my bed, and Thor loves to sleep on here. And I also have way too many plushies. So I'm inhaling so much cat hair, and Fluffy's like, okay, now none flew up. Okay, sorry. Anyway, they had lined up, and they were saying their goodbyes, and like, thank you for having me, we'll come back. And they kept saying they'll come back, they promised they'll be here again. And that made me feel better, because I love these people so much, and it's stupid. It's stupid how much I love these people. And I want to see them all the time. I have like withdrawal from them, because, I don't know, they're like, are very important in my life. But anyway, so they're all lined up, and they're all giving their little speeches and stuff, and I see eyes wandering in our general area, and I feel like it locked eyes again, but I don't know, I could be wrong. And it's been a few days, and I think my anxiety is kind of being like, no, he would never look at you, why would he look at you? You're just a weird kid, he was probably looking at you thinking, why is this girl looking at me? I'm like, what? Everyone's looking at him, why would he think just me? Why is this girl looking? Like, Kate, stop, shush. So that happened, and then, all of a sudden this giant BTS thing popped up, and they like leave, and then there's fireworks everywhere, and it was amazing, and I cried, and I start walking back to my car, and this is where all hell breaks loose. Because do you remember me saying this girl started talking to me and I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings? I walked out of the Rose Bowl, and I remember cutting through a fence across the street. So I go over there, and then we get to this one stopping point, and it's like a fork, so you can go this way is uphill, and there's cobblestone on like the walls going up, and then there's this way, which you kind of have to weave through traffic and then go this way. I don't remember going this way, but I also don't remember going up, or sorry, down, because we are going to it. I don't remember going down, but I kind of remember the cobblestone, and so I was like, okay, I'll go up this way. So I walked this way for forever, and then I get to the top, and I was like, okay, none of this looks familiar, because it's dark, and when I got here, it was bright, and I didn't pay attention, blah, 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 blah. The only thing I knew was it took me 15 minutes to get from my car to the Rose Bowl, so I knew it wasn't going to be that long of a trek. This is where it gets annoying, because I'm at the top of this hill, and there's a road across, so there's like a main street this way, a street this way down to the Rose Bowl, and then there's like a little street that goes up like that, right? But the little street that goes up like that was blocked off, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I parked back there. but it's blocked off and there's like 8 security guards over there. Across the street, and I start to walk over, and I was gonna go ask, hey, is there like, I was gonna describe what it looked like where I parked to see if I could walk past there and see if I had parked there. So I walk up and I'm like, hi, I have a question. And the guy was like, you can't go back there, you can't do that. And I was like, I think I parked back there. Is there like a street that kind of goes? And he's like, nope, and starts yelling at me. And I was like, okay, sorry. And so I walked back over and I was like, well, where do I go? Maybe it was the other street. Maybe we like crossed a street and I didn't realize. So I go down this massive hill, and then instead of like, going up that way, I go the other way. So I start walking this way and I was like, oh hell no. Like I didn't come this way. There's no way I came this way. Nothing. Like the other one, I at least knew the cobblestone. The ground was dirt, and at the top it looked a little bit familiar, I guess. But no, this doesn't look familiar. And so I turned back and went, where did I go? I went back up the hill. And I was like, maybe I can get to the top of the hill. Maybe I turned right without knowing. To speed this up for you, I walked around for 2 hours. I walked up and down that damn hill so many times. 6 miles. I checked my phone. My phone was not about to die, but borderline. It was like 30%. And like the thing is too, is like I kept telling I was on the phone with Skylar and I was crying. I was on the phone with Andy because Andy was trying to help. And then like people were trying to help me like backtrack and like try to figure out like from the way I drove from my house to the Rose Bowl if we could like backtrack, and it was not working. Nothing was working. And like I thought my phone would pinpoint. This is like the whole thing. This is the big problem. I thought my phone would pinpoint where I parked because it always does. It didn't this time. Did not this time, which is my fault. The whole time I was walking around, I was exhausted. My feet hurt because I'd been standing that whole time. And I was hungry and I was tired, and I was also like, I was so happy about BTS, and I just felt so dumb. I was like, how can I be so dumb that I lose my car? Like, what am I gonna, I can't have Skylar come pick me up because the traffic was atrocious. But I was like, I can't have him come pick me up and then we drive around to find my car, or we abandon my car and then tomorrow I try to come find it and it's gone because it got towed. Like, I hate being lost. I hate being lost, and I felt so lost. And I kept, like when I was walking around, I kept going do 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 do, trying to like make me think I was in like a video game. Like I'm like, okay, it's like Zelda. And there was times where I'd stop and I'd sit for a second to like think and like try to figure out where I am. But I kept telling myself, no, we don't stop in The Legend of Zelda if we're lost. We look at a map and then we keep going. Like if we don't know where we're going, then we just wander and we find things. Like we'll find it. So I was looking at my map and I was like, I recognize this street. So I like walked around the whole ass Rose Bowl to mind you, okay? Like I walked so much. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to where is most familiar. So I walk up back the stupid hill and I get to the top and I go around this corner and I'm sitting down in front of the security guards crying, and I'm like, how could I be so dumb? Like I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Like I'm so dumb. How can I lose my car? Finally I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ask if I can look behind this area where they have it blocked off. I'm just gonna go look. So I go up to this woman and I'm like, hi, can I ask you a question? And so I start asking like the details of what it could look like where I parked. And she's like, oh, don't ask me, you have to go ask that man over there. And I was like, okay. So I walk over and I was standing there waiting for him to finish his conversation with another security guard. And he was ignoring me, and the other security guard's like, hey, can we help you? And I was like, thank you. Yeah, I have a question. So, I parked somewhere, don't remember where, but it looked like this, and I was wondering if it was back there maybe, because I know it's blocked off, and they said not to go back there. And, he's like, well, if you don't know where you parked, like, I don't think we can help you. Like, did you park at a school? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I remember this and this and this and this. And he's like, well, I mean, if you want to check back there, you can, but, there's men back there and it's dark. Excuse me? I'm already crying. I start walking back and I'm like, please, just as long as there's a gate, because I pulled through a gate and then I parked on the other side and I was like, please. So I start walking and I see a gate and I was like, oh my God. So I keep walking faster and I turn the corner and sure enough, there's my car. And have you ever just burst into tears of happiness? Because I don't think I've ever burst into tears of happiness that hard. Like I did the whole like like full on just sob, out loud sob, because I thought I was alone. But no, he was right. There was a man back there. And the guy was like, excuse me. And I was like, He came over, he's like, are you parked over there? And I was like, yeah, the blue car is mine. And he's like, okay, well just, well, you're gonna exit out, you're gonna turn right, and then you're gonna, oh no, sorry, you're gonna turn left and you're gonna turn right. And I was like, okay. And he's like, have a good night. I was like, thank you. And I start like kind of running to my car, and I get in my car, and I just bawled my eyes out because I was so happy. I was so happy I found my car. I was so happy I saw BTS. I cried the whole way home just because I was so happy. Like, that day was so important to me. It was a really, really good day. And I don't think I can... I think the new phone films everything in 4K, and I don't think my computer can handle that. So, I don't think I can show you the footage. We can try, but it probably won't work, and so I'm sorry. But it was a really, really good day, and I don't know, I'm just really happy. It was a really good day. But yeah, I just wanted to film this for you guys, and I don't know, be giddy. I want you to be giddy with me, even if you don't care. I'm like worried that I'm leaving something out because it's been a few days and I've had time to like let it settle. Like maybe, who knows? Oh, I forgot something. I remembered, this is why we always vlog. So, the crazy thing about this concert is May 5th, 2018, I was in Japan and I was in a hotel room in Tokyo and I was trying to buy concert tickets for September 2018. I know. And I was unsuccessful and I was crying in the hotel room because I couldn't get tickets. And I eventually did, but I didn't get ground tickets. I really wanted ground tickets. And I didn't know anything about buying concert tickets. Like I've never bought concert tickets or anything. And so I was devastated. I was like, I want to see BTS. What if I don't get to see BTS? Blah, 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 you know? And so, May 5th, 2018, I was crying trying to buy their tickets. May 5th, 2019, I was front row at the BTS concert. At the Rose Bowl. Just crazy, like, what the future holds, because you don't know. Where will we be May 5th, 2020? Oh, time moves too fast. I don't like it. In case you haven't met him before. No, you're gonna be in the video like this now. He hates it. I don't even know if I'm in focus anymore because I had to get up, so I'm sorry. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and all that fun stuff. Thank you for letting me freak out in this video and tell you my story about my favorite day, my favorite people, and my favorite memories. I don't want to stop vlogging, but the story is over. I want to go, you guys have a fantastic day and all the fun stuff. Okay, bye! No more meowing now, Mr. Meow Meow. Are you done meowing? Those are claws.